Hello, this is Chase popping in to say a quick hey before the episode begins. First off, happy 2021. As you know, you're listening to Generation Gab, the podcast where we gab about the similarities and differences of certain generations. Today, we have a very special guest on. John and I had the best time interviewing Kirbie Johnson. She's amazing, and you'll fall in love with her too. We hear about her time working at Pop Sugar and end the episode with a Britney Spears quiz. You know, because we have fun on this podcast. After this episode, check out Kirbie's podcast, Los Angeles. You will not regret it. You also won't regret checking out patreon.com/Generation Gab, where you will find the full episode of this podcast plus the video. Okay, enjoy the show.
Okay, this is called the Generation Gap.
My generation, baby.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Generation Gab. My name is John Lehr, and I'm a Gen X fun dad.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Because you're on Facebook.
I had the Facebook thing playing.
That was a millennial thing. I finally see what it's like. That's what it's like to be me all the time, Chase.
Oh my God.
How did it feel? Scary, right?
So scary. I knew it was going to happen too. I was waiting for it. Okay, let's just take it back.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Generation Gab. My name is John Lehr, and I'm a Gen X fun dad.
And my name's Chase O'Donnell, and I'm a semi-recent millennial grad. And this is our first episode of 2021.
Wow. What a year 2020 is, still kind of is. Woo!
Yep.
How do you feel, Chase? I'm exhausted. I feel like I need a nap for about 8 months.
Actually, yes. Same. I'm exhausted.
You know what I mean? I'm just exhausted.
Oh, I get it.
But here we are.
Yeah,
we're still
amen.
here. We're still here.
But here we are.
I'm unshaven. For those of you watching us, want to welcome the Facebook Live folks. And of course, our producer, partner in crime. If I'm the co-pilot and Chase is the pilot, you're the flight attendant, I think. That's Bob. Right. Bob Spillman, everybody. Yeah, you are going to tell people where to go and how to, put the face mask on your child first, then yourself.
Correct.
Yes,
that is correct. I'm glad
I feel like if that were to really happen, I would totally put it on my kid.
Wait, no, you put it on yourself first.
I know. Oh, right. Put it on yourself first, then your kid. So I would do that. I'd be like, fuck you. I got daddy first. Because I have 2 kids. One goes down. I have the backup. That's why you have 2 kids.
Oh.
Don't let any parent tell you differently.
Okay.
Today is a very special day, Chase.
It's so special. We have an incredible guest that we're both so excited about. And John, since this was your contact, why don't you do the big grand opening intro?
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to meet someone who's very near and dear to my heart. I have been wanting to get her on this podcast for a long time, and she has a very successful podcast called Los Angeles, which I subscribe to. It's all about the beauty scene, and as you can see me on Facebook Live, people, look how good I look, and this is all because of Kirbie. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Kirbie Johnson.
Thanks, y'all, for having me. That's my Texan coming out, y'all.
Kirbie's from Texas. She is a beauty maven. Is that a good way to put it?
I love that you said maven, because so many people use guru or like sensei, and it's like culturally appropriative. So good on you, John.
Really? Okay,
yes.
Good. Oh, seriously. Now, see. Okay, I met Kirbie and I are working on developing a TV show that's set in the online beauty world. And Chase knows this because Chase and I are also developing something together. And I've been working with both of these young women at the same time, which has been a trip for me because as a 55-year-old man to have, I don't know, just to get to know you both creatively, but also you're both so bright, you're both so talented, but you're also like I don't know. You both have really helped me a lot, especially
John.
this last year, and you make me feel
young and
I don't
hip.
know. A little bit. I mean, I know I'm still well aware of how old I am, but you guys just make me. When I can crack either of you up, it makes me feel like I'm relevant still in some way.
You're
and it
funny.
just pleases me so much.
You're funny. And I think that Chase and I would both agree that you have helped us significantly. Because when
Amen.
I mean, Chase, I don't know what John has told you in terms of like how we met, but I was literally quitting my job the week that I met John, that he got brought in to my job to like try to figure out a series for them. And they were like, oh yeah, like, meet with Kirbie, she's leaving, but whatever. And then I went to a breakfast with him and we hit it off immediately. And he's kind of
like one of those things like out of that book Blink, where you just immediately go, oh. And by the way, almost the exact same experience I had with Chase when she auditioned for a show that we were trying to sell. It was the same thing. I was just like, oh my God, I love you. You're amazing.
Well, I love that so much. And I also, did we mention that job was at Pop Sugar?
Yes.
Did we want to talk about your time there? Because that's a very millennial website, first of all.
Yes, it is.
I love Pop Sugar so much. So can we hear about what you did there and your experience?
Like I mentioned earlier, I'm from Texas. I moved to LA.
What part of Texas?
Austin area. So like Central Texas.
Oh my gosh,
best
the
part,
best
in my opinion. And so I moved here 11 years ago. I consider myself an official Angelino now. I love LA. I never want to leave. Like, this is my place.
Yay.
But when I first moved out to LA, my dream was to be a TV host, to sell television series, scripted, unscripted. But I had this passion for beauty. So like when I was in college, I was an airbrush tanner. I wrote about beauty a lot.
What's an airbrush tanner?
Oh, John.
Spray tan.
I have seen some things as a spray tanner. You know how, bodybuilders and stuff get super tan? Like that.
Yes.
Spray tanning these naked men.
Ooh,
Is Trump spray tanned?
Kirbie? Oh, for sure.
Is Trump spray tanned? Because everybody says he is, because he has those white around his eye and then the rest of it's orange.
I don't want to like say he's spray tan because I feel like that gives spray tanning a bad name. It's kind of like Real Housewives with too much Botox. Like I don't want to, it's rude to Botox, right? So it's rude to spray tanning to say that Trump is spray tanned. I would just guess that he takes some type of self tanner and just like globs it on his face and keeps his eyes closed so he doesn't get anything inside of the orbital bone.
Oh, so it's like an over the counter thing you think he should.
Oh, totally. I mean, I would love to see what the palms of his hands look like. I'm sure they're an absolute mess.
Everybody's gonna Google Trump's palms.
I had a self-tanning stint, or no, spray tanning stint. When I was in high school, I had to I was like in a play, and the character I was playing in the script was the tannest one out of all the girls. So I had to get a spray tan every week for the run of the show.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
And one time I was in the booth. Somebody didn't do it to me. It was a booth. And
a mystic tan.
I did a mystic tan and I had to pee so bad and I couldn't hold it. And I ended up peeing while the tan was spraying on me.
What?
For like months. I had 2 lines of pee going
down your thigh.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Chase. That is the best thing I have ever. Because let me guess. You were too embarrassed to stop the tan because.
Yes, it was like a timer
You can't
thing.
Stop it. Yeah.
I had to pee so bad and it was like I was in a shower or something.
I think that's hilarious. And I used to work at a tanning salon when I was 16 and I've seen and heard worse. Human beings are disgusting. And by the way, they're deathbeds now, but in tanning beds back in the day, when you go get your little tan, you'd fall asleep for 12 minutes, like a little, cocoon, whatever.
Right.
A lot of people would put on lotion or like get packets of lotion. So they would need a trash can in the room to like throw and dispense of like their packet, or wipe their hands and put their napkin in the trash, or my favorite, a Playboy bunny sticker that you would stick on your hip.
Oh, so you would have the thing.
Oh, the little.
Yes.
And so that it would tan that.
Yeah. So we would always, have a little tiny trash can in there so people could dispose of their mess like adults, right? Because you had to be at least, I think, 16 to get into a tanning bed at that point. And we would go into rooms and people just were so lazy. They didn't want to go, 5 feet down the hall to the bathroom and then go into their bed. They just wanted to get into bed. So they would take poops in the trash can.
Oh,
and
God.
And this is the crazy part.
How would they wipe?
That is the $1 million question that I don't even want to think about, because I don't even want to know what I was wiping up on these beds. But because I was also going into these beds and having to wipe down people's sweat and sanitize these beds as well. I mean, it was kind of disgusting.
I think the world would be a better place if everybody had to work some sort of public service oriented business, like a restaurant. We've talked about this before, Chase.
100%.
Like a restaurant or something where you serve people, because if everybody did that, they would realize how fucked up it is to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't even think that's a generational question.
The reason I was going to ask, because I think millennials, and I could be wrong about this, are working fewer of those jobs than Gen X did. Like, I think that the millennials are able to, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the same. My path was, in high school, you had to get a high school job at a mall or something, or a restaurant. Do you think that happened with millennials?
I think they did. And I think it looks different. Like, I'm considered old millennial because I'm 34 now. So like millennials are like getting.
You're so young. You've got so much ahead of you, Kirbie.
But when you think about it, like millennials, I think everybody groups like anybody younger as millennial, but like that's not true anymore. Millennials are getting older. And one of my first jobs, my first job ever, I was an usher at the movie theater, which is just like a glorified broom and dustpan. So I was cleaning up popcorn nonstop. When I will never go to a movie in a theater again and not throw away my own trash.
Yes.
Like, you would be surprised how many people just leave crap and expect people to clean up. And I'm like, all you really have to do is pick it up and walk it with you down the stairs and put it in the trash can. Right.
All right.
Sorry, go for it.
I was going to say, I just want to kind of keep pushing you forward, because she's very interesting, Kirbie, and we haven't even gotten to the most interesting part.
Oh yeah. Let's keep
pushing. So you were young in Texas, you were in the tanning thing, but you wanted to come to LA, and you knew you loved beauty, you knew you loved being in front of the camera. Take it from there.
So that being said, when I moved to LA, I took a lot of odd jobs, working as an assistant, being a spray tanner, working events, things like that, just to network. And through that, I ended up getting an assistant job at a salon called Frederick Fekkai on Melrose Place. It's no longer there, but it was like a very popular posh hair salon. And then from there, I
think I've driven by it.
Totally. I would meet clients that worked in different parts of the entertainment industry and would develop relationships with them. And through that, I was able to get an interview at an entertainment PR firm called Rogers & Cowan, still around, still thriving.
Shout out.
I was the office assistant. So I was, making sure there was milk in the refrigerator, sending out emails telling the women in the office to like flush the toilets when they go to the bathroom.
God damn it. Women are pigs.
I know. The women's restroom always smelled way worse than the men's. It was ridiculous. So I did that for a year and a half. And my boss at this entertainment PR firm knew my passion was to be on camera. I wanted to be in television. And he was like, listen, if you do your work at this office and you make sure every package is delivered, all the mail's delivered, all the office supplies is always in stock, you can go on auditions. You just have to make sure that your work is done. And so I did that. And about a year in, I saw this. Are you guys familiar with Media Bistro? It was way popular like 10 years ago, but it's a media website that would have jobs available. And there was a job listing for an on-camera beauty reporter, and it was from Pop Sugar.
Oh.
They were looking for a woman or a man, whoever, who had a journalism background, really passionate about beauty, and was also good in front of the camera. And so I went in for my audition, and I would never say this because nobody thinks they nail an audition, but I nailed this audition. It was so like when I watched the footage, I'm like, where's that confidence now, lady? Like, bring it back.
You didn't know. Chase, you nail auditions. Chase nails auditions, I think.
I mean, but that doesn't mean I book them.
No, totally. Exactly.
I feel like I nail all of them, but you know,
you
don't
have multiple talents, which sometimes can bite you in the butt, you know, with stuff like that, because there's a lot going on in the brain. See, I have only one talent. And so that really, I do well. I just have to find my lane and stay in it. Oh, sorry, somebody's texting me.
So,
keep going.
So
all right.
You nail the audition.
I nailed the audition, and from there I went on basically 2 more like go-sees, meeting like the people higher up at Pop Sugar. I got flown to San Francisco where they're headquartered, met with all of
that
the
was cool.
you know, CEOs and stuff. Oh my god, fancy. I got flown somewhere to, you know, meet a CEO and a founder and whatnot. And then
was this before Pop Sugar was popular? You didn't know what it was?
It was I knew what Pop Sugar was because they had a pretty big beauty site at the time. So I was reading that a lot. And what's interesting is they brought me on for a trial period of 3 months. And then from there, I ended up staying for 8 years. And made video content for them for 8 years. So we were really the first digital publisher focused on millennial women that got into the video game, so to speak. We were creating video content specifically for YouTube. And then we were, you know, because we were doing that so often, when Facebook started allowing video, we were already kind of like 3 steps ahead of everybody else. So
you can see why when Pop Sugar came to me and said, hey, we want you to come in and develop a show about the beauty industry, I was like, I'm an old white guy. And I'm gonna need a fucking powerhouse young millennial woman who's connected in the scene to help me, or this is gonna suck. I mean, I'm not stupid.
That's so funny. They wanted you to talk about John, to talk about the beauty industry. I love that.
They wanted it to be a workplace comedy kind of thing, and I had done that before. And they wanted somebody with some, you know, some credits, or you know. And I'm sure they asked a lot of people more important than me, and then they all passed, and it came to me. But I came in and I said, I need somebody like that. And they were like, no, you can do it. It won't be that hard. We'll tell you stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not that dumb. It'd be like hiring me to do a show about a Black family. You know, it's like, I'm not stupid, even though a lot of people do that. White people are like, oh, I can do it. Families are all this. No, idiot. So anyway, I said I wouldn't do it and they introduced me to Kirbie.
Yep. And then we had our fateful meeting at Republic. I was a little bit late, and honestly, John, I adore you. So I hate that I even like thought of this, but I was just like, I have to go meet with this guy to do this one last thing for this job. Because really there was nothing in it for me. It was like, they just wanted me to go meet with John to like give him maybe a 30-second spiel on the beauty world. And then they expected him to create a whole series around that.
But that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking I'm looking for somebody to co-write.
And I didn't know that. So I'm just like, fine, I'll go meet with this guy. But then of course, when you meet John, the first thing, you love him instantly. He's so funny. Obviously just like so friendly and warm. And with men of 55 that are like condescending, like telling me like, oh, you're cute but you're not pretty, like you know, things like that.
Mansplaining.
Totally mansplaining,
manspreading, bat-winging, asinine. But really I'm more evil, Kirbie, because I was being nice to you to manipulate you so I could exploit you for my own purposes.
John's favorite thing to say to me, and Chase, I'm sure he says the exact same thing to you, is I am so fucking smart. I am a genius for deciding that we needed to work together. And I'm like,
Yes.
So John thinks he is like the one person like benefiting from this relationship.
I
He's
am.
benefiting me. I am walking around being like, oh, John's my writing partner. We're getting in places to try to sell this series.
Exactly.
Like he's like mentoring
John,
me.
you don't know how
for
cool
free.
you are.
Oh
Yes.
God, this is why I had Kirbie on, was so you two can make me feel good. Bob, isn't this amazing?
It is. I feel younger.
See, you just, I mean, I'm so lucky to have you two. Okay,
No.
so we meet, and now here's the thing, Chase. I hope I'm not dominating this, but I want to get some
No.
stuff out of her that I think will blow you away.
Oh my
So
gosh.
she's in this position of pop sugar, right? The forefront of millennial beauty, entertainment, culture. I mean, you guys are the one of the biggest players, but at that time you were one of the first. You were the powerhouse. She's connected to this beauty world, okay? So she knows everything about online beauty, people, and everything that's going on. You name it. Kirbie knows everything about it. So they know that she's a gatekeeper. So the beauty people start giving you shit, right, Kirbie? Like,
Yes.
What's it like? You get invited to things special? Tell us some of the It's incredible. She gets invited.
I think is that called an influencer?
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Kirbie
Okay.
is an influencer.
We
No,
have an
okay,
influencer.
hold on. We have to backtrack because I don't see myself as that term. Like,
Right.
I see myself as a journalist educating people on the beauty world and like putting in my 2 cents. But like, I don't really necessarily see myself because sometimes influencer is a 4-letter word, right?
Right. Well, we mean influencer, not capital I, lowercase I. Like you
Okay,
actually are influencing this community because you go over products, and so the products are catching on to this, right? And so, what kind of things do you get sent, Kirbie? Tell us some of the stuff you get for free.
So, like, as my job, I have to review product and tell people who is it good for, who's it not good for. So, I mean, if you take a look at my office, oh shit, hold on, sorry. There's just stuff everywhere.
Don't curse on the show. We try to keep this.
So sorry, John.
Look at all that stuff over there. What the hell is all that stuff? Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's all product right
Look
there.
at all that, Chase.
Wow.
Tell about the mascara bouquet that you got once. Didn't you get a mascara bouquet?
I've gotten a bouquet of flowers, but instead of flowers, they were mascaras. I've gotten like a giant beauty blender egg. And when you opened it up, there was like 50 shades of foundation in it. But like, I get these products to review, and sometimes it can be really hard because part of my job also is calling out issues within the beauty community, which number one, excess and sustainability is like a big priority in the beauty world. And it's like, okay, I'm trying to do my job, but also I don't need every shade of foundation because I can't be every shade of foundation.
Right.
House. Because I'm not able to share them, right?
Right.
Part of my job is like going on trips with brands for launches to learn about their launch.
Tell about a trip. Like, what's the most extravagant
for an
trip?
eyebrow launch.
Ooh.
Okay, on a trip once, and this is one of my trips to Paris, and the brand actually didn't realize they did this, but they ended up sending me their budget spreadsheet. And I was able to see how much money they were spending on flights, renting this castle. So like one influencer flew in. I'm not kidding. It was a castle. This one influencer flew in from LA and went to Paris and was there not even the full trip for like 48 hours. And they spent $23,000 on her flight to LA from.
Did her last name start with a K?
From LA.
Did her last name start with a K? Oh, okay.
No.
But were you going to say? Yo, go ahead, Chase.
Kardashian?
Yes, she's met which Kardashians have you met?
I've met Khloe. I've met Kylie and Kendall and Kris. I've met Kris Jenner.
So you haven't met Kim and you haven't met the brother.
Oh, actually, I have met Kim. I met Kim at an event.
You mean you haven't met Rob?
I didn't meet Rob. I haven't met Rob. No, let me just tell you a thing about the Kardashians. I know that everybody's
Tell
speculating
us.
about Kim's like marital status at this point. Kim Kardashian is truly one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever seen in my life, with or without makeup. And she's also extremely polite and professional. Like, she is not snotty. She's not. She doesn't make
I
people
get
wait.
that sense
She's
from
very-
interviews.
Yes, exactly. She and Chloe are the best people to interview because Chloe, obviously, super personable, very, very
Well,
friendly.
Chloe's lucky to get anything, you know.
No, that I disagree. I disagree.
I'm kidding.
I totally disagree with you on that one, John. I love Chloe, and I think that Chloe gets the short end of the stick because of her sisters.
Yeah, she's the redheaded stepchild.
But she's hot. Have you seen her lately?
Oh,
She's
listen.
freaking stunning.
I
She's
love the
gotten
Kardashians. I
full
talk about
on
them all the time.
surgery.
Right, Chase? I talk about them all the time. I love
Yes, we
them.
actually love the Kardashians here.
Tell,
It is really
tell about
fascinating.
tell Chase about Lady Gaga.
Oh my God. I met Lady Gaga last year. It was, well, not last year, 2019. It was truly like, when I think of Lady Gaga, just in general, interviewing her, I get emotional because I'm like, this woman has some type of energy that just makes me super emo. And so when she launched her beauty brand, I went to this party at like Santa Monica Hangar. They like rented out the whole thing. I got a ticket and I was like, what is this for? And they're like, oh, you're going to get to meet Gaga. And so I went and I met her. And the crazy part is she spent so much time spent so much time speaking with each person that came up to her and like letting them say whatever they wanted to her, that the line that we were in to meet her ended up being like 3 to 4 hours long.
Wow.
Because she wasn't just like letting her people like siphon everybody through quickly. It wasn't like, okay, quick picture, done. It's like people are coming up to her and being like, Lady Gaga, I came out to my parents because of you, or like, I decided to live my best life. And she's like hugging them and crying with them. And so I was like, what am I even going to say to her? Because I've been following her since like before she was famous. I was like, Gaga, we're the same age. I feel like I have a connection with you because like we're actually the same age. She was like, you're 33? I'm like, yes. She's like, oh my God, thank God. Like it was really funny.
And she's a dink ball, right? She's really small.
She wears like the tallest heels ever, but she's 5'2". Her documentary that she did, it's called like 5'2" because she's like little teeny tiny. She's like the same size as Ariana Grande basically, which is hilarious to think about. So, but she was lovely. And I think she's probably one of the hardest working women in show business. And that was like definitely like a wow moment for me.
Well,
okay, Kirbie, before we let you go, because we have to, because we can't keep her forever, Chase. But isn't she an amazing guest? I booked Kirbie. Chase, what do you think about my guest booking abilities?
I'm so impressed with your booking.
Isn't Kirbie? I've been wanting you two to meet forever. Part of me thinks I'm insane and that you're actually the same person, and that I don't, or that neither of you exist, and I'm actually on a Dilaudid drip in a sanitarium somewhere. But okay, Kirbie, may I ask, what is your favorite beauty product to date? You got to go to her podcast and subscribe. Los Angeles. I am a subscriber and I listen to it often.
She's had Selena Gomez on.
Yeah. Yes. She's had Selena Gomez on her show.
I'm trying to think my favorite beauty product, like of all time or like recently.
I was just going to say the one that you're into right now, your latest fave.
My latest fave is not down here, but it's a product from Iris and Romeo. It's called Best Skin Days. It is this like giant vat of like tinted moisturizer almost. It has SPF 25 in it. And when you put it on, it has lightweight coverage, but it just makes your skin glow and looks like a second better skin. And
so is it a primer?
It's actually could be a good primer, but I use it just simply as
John knowing
moisturizer.
See, I threw, that's all Kirbie. Kirbie taught me about primers.
He understands primers. It's incredible.
Yes, and sunblock is a death. You got to have sunblock.
100%.
Prime that shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, John, I would love to see you prime your skin.
Kirbie, I know I said that was my last question. What would be the first thing you would do to me, beauty-wise?
Nothing. If it
come on.
Don't
look at the bags. Look at the bags, Kirbie.
John, I would maybe give you like a hyaluronic acid mist to
Ooh,
spray
that
on your
sounds
face
horrible.
throughout the day. That
Oh
way,
God.
little.
Does it burn?
No, it's not a scary acid. It's a hydrating acid.
I went to a facialist once that I was on a show, and the makeup person sent me to a facialist, and they put some shit on my face that hurt so bad.
I bet you it didn't even hurt. Boys are just wimps.
Oh, it was like stuff. And she goes, this may burn a little bit. I'm like, a little bit, get it off my face. It's like, it was burning. It was horrible.
God. Oh my
It's
God.
an acid peel thing or something. I was like, don't ever do that ever again to me.
You're a wimp. I'm sorry.
Well,
Accept it.
Women go through, the threading and the waxing it's just ridiculous.
Man.
Chase.
Kirbie, what are you doing this weekend?
Wow. I bet this answer was better pre-pandemic.
Yeah, it's tough.
This weekend, I probably will organize my office. I'll play with my very cute dog.
He has a new dog that's amazing.
Oh,
she's adorable. And I will I'm probably just going to organize my office. I need to get my life in order. And I feel like
I love that.
It's a good start. So, yeah.
Chase, what are you doing?
I'm going to Joshua Tree for my friend's 30th birthday.
God damn it. What is she doing? You're not supposed to do that.
Well, I have to take 2 COVID tests before I go. So if I can't get those,
testing does not make it okay. Everybody's been told that. This weekend, I finally am doing something. This weekend is wild card weekend on the NFL. 3 games on Sunday. That's 9 hours of football. 3 games on Saturday. That's another 9 hours of football. 18 hours of football. And I've told my family, fuck you. Daddy gets this. Daddy gets this.
So your wife has to just fend for the children herself?
No, I'll end up doing a ton of it. I have, I have it all recorded so I can do it. And I'm all talk. They're all going to make me do shit. But anyway, the fantasy right now as we're recording this is that I'm going to have so much fun watching football. Right, Bob? You too?
That's right. Your only problem is the Chiefs aren't playing, though.
It's fine. They got to rest up. Up. Everybody take a breather. Don't go to any COVID parties. Stay in your bubble. Everybody get in a tanning bed. Stay locked in a tanning bed. It's the only safe way.
Oh, man.
Kirbie, I love you. I'm so glad you're in my life. And,
you're the best.
I can't wait. And sorry we kept you so long, but I knew this would happen because you're so fascinating. We haven't
it's
even
okay.
scratched.
I know that really just flew by.
We had fun. And I hope that at some point when we're allowed that all 3 of us, Bob, you could come in town and we can all 4 of us get together at Rubies and Diamonds and have a little talk. That's
her favorite coffee place where we go.
Yeah.
Very expensive, good coffee.
Let me know when.
Love.
All right. Well, everybody, a big round of applause for Kirbie Johnson. Thank you, Kirbie! Woo!
Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all.
We love you. And
love you.
I will see you soon.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching on Facebook.
My generation, baby.
Thank you all for listening to another episode of Generation Gab. In an effort to expand the reach of our podcast, please visit our sponsor at avgearguy.com. Whether you have old videos, photos, slides, negatives, documents, discs, or audio recordings, Gray Jones has all of the equipment to transfer it to a new media format at very competitive rates. Be sure to check out the links in the description below for all social media and podcast contact information.